5, 4, 3, 2, 1. With ladies of Discourse. Discourse.
Hey, what's up? Welcome
Hello.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Nice to see everyone in chat today. It's a small group. Where is everyone? Everyone's deserted.
Everybody's going and rushing to buy tickets for the Pulsechain tour,
Right.
and buying PLSX and entering Lindsay's contest. Everybody's so busy.
I mean, as I should be, right? It's a bear market. This is the time to build and be busy.
Yes, absolutely. So what's been happening, ladies? And welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for always putting in the work and hosting this, Sammy. For how long? Years now?
Oh, a couple of years now. Love seeing you ladies. We're missing Serena Lonzi because she's actually out for the weekend. But miss you, love you, Serena. So It's been quiet, I have to say. On my end here, we're in spring here in Melbourne. We've got beautiful weather and unusually warm spring, so we're enjoying really lovely weather. Which I think we're gonna have a hot summer. So in Australia, that's really hot. Not as hot as Vegas last September, but very hot.
Crazy. That was hot.
That
That's
was
amazing. You guys are having your meetup pretty soon, right? In a couple of days?
Yeah, we're having a Sydney meetup in October, so it's a couple of weeks away, 13th through to 15th. You've got the Friday night at the pub, Saturday a cruise on the harbour, and then Sunday a breakfast. So if anyone still wants to buy tickets, hit me up because we love to see you all. We're going to catch up and have some fun. And people say, why are you celebrating the bear market? It's just a better reason to have a few drinks and ignore all the noise. So enough about me. SJ, what have you been up to?
Just trucking along. I had a little incident with the bus this morning, and it's crazy because I'm constantly having someone look at the bus, right? Because I just always want to make sure that it's going to be solid. I bought this and didn't realize that the girl who owned it before me had only lived in it for 3 months during the summer in Miami, and she stayed in the same spot the whole time. She had it plugged in and just stayed there. And so she didn't really drive it much. She drove it, I think, from Miami to Cincinnati, to Ohio, where it sat for 8 months in the freezing cold, like through the summer and then through a really harsh winter. And basically I got it thinking, and it had just been in storage. So I got this thing and I drive it away and everything's fine. And then just like ever since I got it, it's just been one thing after another thing has not been, great with it. But
Yeah.
I mean, after putting all this work into it, the thing is, it's none of it's major work, like none of it's huge, like it's not all any of it's that, at the beginning there was a kind of a big repair, and then my brake job, the only reason that ended up costing me a lot of money is because someone messed it up so bad the first time that the second mechanic who messed it up also like didn't fix it right, so I had to take it to a third mechanic. So I just paid for a job 3 times over. But honestly, like it's got an amazing engine in it. They call it a 1,000,000-mile engine. It's a Cummins 5.9 diesel engine. Like this thing will last forever. And it's got under 200,000 miles on it. So it really should still, I mean, everyone I take it to that listens to it, they're like, oh man, that motor sounds great. So it's a solid vehicle. It's just,
that's awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of little things going on with it. So it's been a literal struggle bus. But I love it. I wouldn't change it for anything. I love living mobily. I think this is a super awesome night, or a super awesome life. I was gonna say the other night, just like 2 nights ago, I was in the middle of Mississippi, kind of in the middle of nowhere, and I got to sit up on my deck and watch the stars amongst the pine trees. It was gorgeous. I just spent like hours up there, like just watching the stars. And it's really, I love that I have the opportunity to be doing something so important. I mean, Lindsay, like you were saying, this is the time for us to build. This is the time for us to be doing the work and putting in that time, because we're going to see and reap the benefits for that, or from that, for who knows how long. Honestly, I heard RG3 was talking to Crypto 7 earlier, and they kind of touched on this, but it's like, we don't know the ripples, right? How far they go and how many people that they're going to touch just, from people seeing this bus, or from hearing about the tour, or from going to the tour, right? Like each little thing, I forget the name, but there's that term where you talk about, there's these different touches, right? Like it's like 3 touches or something until someone kind of like it clicks with them and they're like, oh yes, like I need to do this thing, or I need to look into this. So I'm happy to be, like one of those touches along the way of, maybe someone's journey of actually getting into this ecosystem, if it's not through me personally, right? Which has happened on the tour as well.
Yeah. And do you do it alone, SJ, or do you have like people come stay with you and go around with you?
It depends. It's been different the whole time. So, I mean, most of the time I'm alone. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's my bus, it's my home. So it's my space. But like DJ Pollywood and Some Hexagon, they were with me for a couple legs of the tour. So they had their own vans and they did the same thing. Like they would either camp or sleep in their vans. And then we would just all travel together for a little bit of it. I think Pollywood's coming to Dallas. I think. I'm not sure if Some Hexagon is. I hope he does, because they're a bunch of fun. They're a bunch of fun dudes. So it's good to have them around. And then I've had other friends kind of drive with me from one place to another place here and there along the way. So yeah, but I'd say like 70% of the time I'm on my own. Yeah.
Yeah. But you like it? It suits you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I did this before I was doing the Pulsechain tour. I mean, I lived in a Sprinter van that I converted myself 3 years ago. So I'm used to this mobile life. I really enjoy just kind of having not a lot of things and being able to pick up and go as I please. I've seen this United States several times over now, and it's cool. I'm finally at the point where I'm like, oh, okay, this is someplace I'd like to explore more and maybe put down some roots, or this place is someplace I'd like to visit a little bit more. Like Charlotte was amazing. Charlotte, North Carolina is just like, it blew me away. I had no idea how awesome it was. And then up in the Pacific Northwest, hanging out with all the Hexagons up in that area are just like awesome. Like, I mean, not that everyone's awesome everywhere, but it's just like they really are, like, they've got their whole little group, you know, and they hang out a lot and they do a lot of things together up there. So it's a really awesome community up in that area. And I just love the trees. I love the Pacific Northwest area. So I'm probably going to go back up there at some point and spend more time up in that area. It's exciting. Like, I'm looking forward to hopefully continuing the Pulsechain tour into next year, as we're expecting this bull to come charging through, because goodness gracious, is it time for that bull run.
And what's so nice about Charlotte?
Man, I just had a blast. Like, I love to dance. I'm huge. Like, I used to go out in Austin all the time. Austin's one of the music capitals of the world, and like, you can go out any night of the week and go dancing to almost any kind of music that you want to, like, you know, anywhere from country music, line dancing, to, you know, like drum and bass, like I like a lot. I went out on one night and I got to go see a band that I really have loved for a long time called Coheed and Cambria. So I saw that band at this like cool little venue, had an amazing time there. And then for the next like 3 nights in a row, went dancing at a different place every night to some different kind of music. So Charlotte really reminded me of Austin when I first moved there 15 years ago. It's kind of just a small town, really happening. Like, there's always something to do. So that, and then that's not normally me. Like, I wouldn't normally just like go out every night. But, you know, I was there and it just
why not? It sounds amazing. It sounds like you're living an awesome life.
Yeah, I am. That's, you know, that's one of the things that I preach about a lot, you know, is that regardless of my financial situation with, you know, having invested and being down on my investment, right? Like, I never over leverage, right? It's not something. Right, exactly. You know, and I knew when I was putting that money in that was a gamble, but my life, everything that I do now, all the people that I've surrounded myself with, all of the things that I get to talk about, I've never been happier in my entire life. And I get to just be out here doing this thing. And that's my personality type, is I'm a cheerleader. Like, anything that I have done in the past, I am 100% in it. Like, if I'm not about it, I'm not going to do it. I did acting in Austin for a little while. I would not take commercials that I was not about. Like, I turned down a Budweiser commercial. I turned down a Burger King commercial because I don't put those things in my body. So I was just like, look, I'm not going to advertise for something that I'm not a part of. So when I finally found, you know, Hex and understood it and was like, wow, this is life changing, because it's changed so many people's lives. And Richard has changed so many people's lives. I mean, that's really where it started, right? For me, was Skyvive. And seeing how Richard had changed so many people's lives, I was like, I want to be a part of that. So that's what I'm doing.
Fantastic. Sounds amazing, SJ. And thanks for all the hard work you guys are putting in. You know, you're going hard. I know RG3's there with you, and DJ Paulie Wood, and Some Hexagon. I know he's been hanging around. And there's a whole heap of really cool people. And Christy was telling me about she's having a party soon. Are you going to the big party she's having?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. That's going to be awesome. Every time I've been to her house for a party, it has been just amazing. She is definitely the hostess with the mostest. I mean, she just kind of goes all out, makes sure everyone's, happy, drinks and food and decor. And this is Halloween and I'm about it. Like Halloween is my holiday. It's my favorite.
Wow.
So I'm super excited. I'm probably going to dress up in some weird costume. I don't know yet, but I'm really looking forward to that one. And I just want to put a disclaimer out there. If you are thinking of going to that party, buy your ticket now, because she really needs a head count so we can figure out how many people are going to be there and, what she how much food she's going to need to get and, be thoughtful of your hostess. So yeah, definitely. But if you're anywhere within 5 hours of Dallas, you really should come out. It's going to be totally worth it. So yeah,
hit CZ up or reach out to SJ if anyone needs a ticket, because I heard it's going to be a pretty cool party.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you can use, I think, Wild 10. I also know RG has a code that's CAP10, so CAP10. You can use either of those to get 10% off your ticket.
Cool. Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. We should come over to party with you guys.
I know.
Bull Run. You will. Yeah, we'll go there. We'll go there too.
I know, right?
Yeah, I want to do a ladies. Well, the gents can come as well. You guys are always welcome. Our brothers, you are always welcome. But I want to do a lady centric meetup and like where you're saying the Pacific. What? I want to do that Northwest there and then in Dallas, because yeah, I'm so we're going to be traveling to Charlotte, but if I could make it to Dallas, I'd be there in a heartbeat.
Yeah. And Lindsay, you've been a busy lady as well, doing stuff behind the scenes. What have you been up to?
I have. I mean, where do I start? School started with the kids, so that's that's my forefront. It's okay, back from to straight to now I get to do some work too, straight from mom mode all summer, which is really fun because I get to balance some work, and it's really important that you do that. You have to balance work and family. Family comes first, right? So anyway, I've been busy with a lot of things. One of the things that I've been really busy with is putting things together for the ladies that have been joining along the tour and the ladies that will be in Dallas. I really just wanted to say a big thank you. Thank you for representing. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being brave enough. Thank you for being interested enough for being there with your husband. Thank you for being interested enough for being there for your boyfriend. Thank you for being interested for showing up for you, because that at the end of the day is what you're doing when you're coming to these meetups. You're not just showing up for you can show up and be social. That's amazing. You can show up and network. That's even better. You can show up and just be you and know that the crowd that you're walking into, you're widely and greatly appreciated and accepted. So anyway, one of my small things that I just wanted to do is I'm putting together a little care package for the ladies. And I'll be sending it out to Dallas. And so I'm going to send a few things for the ladies out there. One of them is a really yummy bath bomb. And the other one is Pulsechain lip balm. And then, I don't know, I have a couple tins of these. So I'm going to send this. And then some lucky lady's going to go, oh, Richard.
Oh, that's awesome.
Come here, baby. Come here.
These are so cool. These came all the way from Norway. But anyway, so I've been working on some skincare kits for you girls. And I've been doing a huge project that's a passion project of mine that I can't wait to invite everybody to please join me. And I'm in the chat. It's called Somewhere in Hexaco. It is a new channel that I started to show you how to do very simple things at home. I'm doing these things anyway, and I love I'll be talking crypto eventually, but just for now, I'm kind of walking it into it. The first thing I started with was making a pumpkin enzyme mask from a seedling that I grew from my garden, and then teaching you how to cook it, bake it, and then slather yourself in it, because the health benefits from it are amazing. And then something simple that you can do at home or pick up along the way. So anyway,
for Halloween.
Yeah,
a lot of pumpkins.
And it's so good for your skin, dewy and glowy. So anyway, that is a huge passion project of mine. I'm going to be sending those things out. And just one more thing, on my Twitter, at Hexagon Lindsay is on the screen. If you please follow me, and on the pinned post there on the top is a giveaway for the ladies. I have not only that delicious care package for them, but one of our beautiful Hexagon family members out there, Steak Hex 555, has donated 5,555 Pulse, 555,000 Pulse X for 3 lucky winners. So if you could please get that out there and share so that we could get this in the hands of the ladies that are out there doing it. And then, even hopefully a new coiner or a no coiner.
That is an amazing thing to do.
Awesome. And how do we win it, Lindsay?
Follow me on Twitter. Just hop on my Twitter, and it's pinned right up at the top, and you'll see all the directions from there. I'll walk you right through.
Yeah. CZ, how you going? Sorry about the late intro, babe. What's been happening?
Oh, hey, ladies. Just chilling in my backyard, where our lovely party will be next month. And thank you, SJ, for shilling. Like, I feel like I don't need to say anything more. You said enough. And yeah, my internet's running slow in the home, so I'm just using my Wi-Fi on my phone. So it's a nice night, a nice Texas night. Hope everybody's doing well. It's good to see everyone.
Good to see you too, and thanks for joining us, Christy. Mm-hmm. So basically, SJ already went through about the big party that's happening, and if anyone needs tickets, they can hit you up. When's the deadline for the tickets?
I'm asking for people to RSVP at least 4 days. So the party's on the 20th. So let's just say like around the 15th, 14th or 15th would be good, because we're having barbecue catered in, and I just want to make sure everybody can have seconds, maybe some thirds. We already have a bartender locked in place, so that's in. We got the booze. That's always fun. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. Good people coming. And I got some more people that told me today that they just bought tickets. So that's a couple more. It's growing. I'm dropping the video invite as of on Monday. It's pretty fun. So it's going to be cool. It's going to definitely boost the party and the Pulsechain tour itself. And so yeah, it's going to be exciting. I wish all you ladies could be there. So bad.
Trying to negotiate with the ex so I can get that weekend off and go party. I can't wait. I can't wait to be there and spend time with you guys. Thank you for doing this, Izzy.
We should do a pre-party, CZ, like the day before. Like we should all hang out and like do these
winery, so we can make some more songs.
I can't, and I'll tell you why off the stream, SJ. There's no way. But I am, however, the party is on the 20th, okay? I don't want to make this whole stream about my party, but the next day, for the people who actually stay here, or if they don't stay too far away, I also have a it's called the Western Sun Distillery. It's a vodka distillery. They make vodka right here next to where I live, and you can tour and see how they make it. And then there's always a live band. It's very like country kind of chic, real cool and chilled. It's definitely your kind of vibe, SJ. You're gonna love it.
That's not where we went and had lunch, is it?
No.
With the big bear in the front?
No, that was the Buffalo Bar.
Oh, that place was awesome.
It was the Buffalo.
Yeah, that place is cool too. But no, this is just, it'll be fun. So
nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. And Georgia, what's been happening in your world? I heard you've been doing the lighthouse and a few things like that.
I am representing the ladies of Hex out there, guys. I'm not leaving. I'm trying to be as much present as I can be. I love Twitter Spaces. That's what I love doing. And now I'm doing the Lighthouse, which is a place that that's a Twitter space and also a video that I do every Saturday. I moved it to 6 p.m. because I think that works better for a lot of people. And it's just a fun place to be at. There's no fights. I am the host, and I use the power of the mute button. If I hear fight, boom, everybody's gone. Everybody's quiet, and they go back to playtime. We talk about everything. I think we have a lot of streamers who talk about the technical, who talk about what's going on in the market, and sometimes the news are not what we expect to hear. So the Lighthouse is something positive. You know me. We have, I was listening to SJ, and we had the queen, not the princess of positive. I think you have encountered so many barriers on this journey of yours, and you always have a smile on your face. And that is absolutely, I know how hard that is. And we all know, ladies. So I think that I'm going to upgrade you to queen, young lady. You deserve that. I'm going to put a crown on you. And we have here, royalty of the community. We have Lindsay, Zizi, that has been, every time that she shows up on the space, I get so happy because I miss you in the spaces a lot. I know that you're working on a lot of things that David James have you, you're doing a lot of work at a lot of commitments
Thank you.
lately. And I, that is so hard to
David
do.
James is an asshole. Don't trust him.
Is
I know.
he? You've been working your hard, hey?
Yes, he's
He
a
has
little
her,
brat. But
he has her doing push-ups at 6 a.m. in the morning. I'm blocking him from everything.
yeah, get him
So,
far as away as you can.
but yeah, the lighthouse we're doing here on the Twitter Spaces, try to be present to invite. I think the Twitter Spaces are a place that women get intimidated because there's a lot of testosterone. There's a lot of men out there, and they're like, always fighting. And so I think a nice, gentle voice of a lady sometimes it's very needed.
You can be
So
very motherly with them, and that's really
yes,
good. So
yes,
they need that, I'm
The
sure.
they
ladies
do.
make it. The ladies are so much more exciting than the guys.
We
Sorry, like
are.
I've got a lot of mates, but the ladies just kill it. They got so much more to offer. And you ladies are killing it. On the tour wouldn't be the same. And the parties wouldn't be the
Right.
same without you lovely ladies.
We're covering all the bases, and this is just the beginning. We're not going anywhere. At least I'm not. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not going anywhere. So I have to find a way of growing within the community. I am going a lot outside the Mexican community to learn about, how to create engagement, because it's the only way that I can support the community and make it even better
I'm
is
so
if I
proud to
grow.
hear you say that, Georgia. Oh my God, I'm so proud to hear you say that.
Oh yeah, yeah. It doesn't mean I'm all about Richard Hart and his ecosystem and his,
Yes,
and
you are.
Hex. But, I was saying something in the spaces the other day. We have to learn to adapt. Doesn't mean that we have to change the core, but like with the weather, if it's cold, you put on a jacket. If the spaces or the social media is changing or is, you guys all know me. I need to go out there and bring people. Yes,
Mhm.
I might put on, a different color. I might go out there and visit other communities, but that doesn't mean I'm representing. Like I always say when I go in, hi, my name is Georgia. I am a Mexican and I come in peace because I'm there to respectfully there.
And
So
I'm all about you, Georgia, because
mwah!
OMG, there
I
you
want my
go.
one-on-one
Awesome.
with you.
Yeah.
Capitan, you and I need to do a stream
Capitan.
together because I have so many
Yes.
questions for you.
Yes, let's do a stream. We'll do a stream.
Perfect.
STL set up.
Okay.
I'm just crashing your guys'
I love
ship
it.
here for a
Let's
moment.
go.
Just, I want to bucket Phil for a second first.
Yeah, you
okay?
need to shave to get on this stream. Phil.
My legs, I did. I shaved my legs earlier. And
Don't
my
worry, I'm
I,
growing
I
a
saw that
mustache.
video. from
everything. I'm good.
4 years
I'm
ago.
good. It's just the face. I can't shave the face or else I look, you know what I look like.
Yeah, exactly.
First and foremost, Sammy Chica, the she queen pirate of the ship here. Thank you so much for doing everything that you do and keeping this thing going during this bear market. I'm so proud of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
My pleasure, Captain. I
you
enjoyed
are
these
the
ladies is
queen of
why
the
I'm
ship.
here.
Mhm.
I
Yep.
love just
Oh, I'm
hanging
not done yet. I'm
Come on.
not done yet because we've got a whole plethora of them here. I mean, Lindsay, good job, you guys in your Viber Finance and all the work you've done and always showing up and always being here. Appreciate you. The bear market has been brutal to everyone, and you have not faltered one bit. You guys keep going, you keep moving, you keep building. That's what we have to do in the bear market is stay relevant, keep building, and stick with our narrative. We've never been wrong. Mexicans have never been wrong by standing behind the Hex and Richard Hart ecosystem, because that's what's made our community so strong, is the fact that we've got cryptos that are standing behind us. So don't ever give up your narratives and keep going during this bear market when everybody else is being quiet and laying low. And CZ, Christy Todd herself, thank you so much for putting on and hosting the party. I know it's going to be a freaking blast. Everybody, if you ain't in the middle of the country when that party goes down, I pity the fool who doesn't make it, because we are going to have a good time. We're winding this tour down,
baby,
so
shindig.
the parties are getting bigger, and nobody throws a better one than CZ. So
Thank you.
thank you
Life
for
of the
all
party.
your efforts, and we're gonna be having a good time.
Thank you.
And to my road pirate, a wild SJ. Guys, this lady is out there putting in the work. I mean, you should try and drive her bus once, first of all, and see how difficult that is. She drives that thing around like it's a Porsche. Like, she's in and out of parking lots, taking people to the airport, dropping people off. I mean, and then her and her Chewbacca cat live in it, you know, while they're traveling across the country. Calling me every, week or so to fix some hose or filter or something that's going wrong with it. Or a couple of times she's actually sent pictures of her just like drenched in sweat because there's no air conditioning in the bus, and she's going through the freaking desert, and her and the cat are about to die because it's just god awful hot. So anyway, thank you, SJ, for being such a awesome she pirate out there, making things happen, putting up flyers in coffee shops, scoping the area before we get there, making sure stickers are everywhere. Maybe we shouldn't say that because there's places they shouldn't be. Maybe.
She doesn't place them. She makes sure they're there. That's it.
She just makes sure they're there. So again, hats off to all of you ladies for the work that you've been doing out here in Hexaco. We've definitely needed it during the bear market, when a lot of people have chosen to be fair weather Hexicans. You gals haven't. None of you here have. That's for sure. So my hat and my salute to you all, my ladies.
Thanks, Captain. And
Good
you're
job.
doing a lot as well. We know that you're on the road on the tour doing some hard work as well.
Was that a bat?
I don't know where it was, but it was big. Anyway, sorry. Thank you, RG. You're so sweet and kind words. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, you've been busy too, G3, and how's it all going out there with the tour and stuff? I know you're going to wind it up soon. How's it been and how's it going?
It's been a learning experience. It's been awesome. The people that we've all met have been incredible. We've honed our skills here with the presentation and what we've been putting out. So we've got it down. The DeFi talk, the history of crypto talk, the people that we're bringing in, the other talent, the other OG leaders in the neighborhoods that we're hitting, bringing their talents, knowledge, wisdom, whatever you want to call it, to the table. So we've created something really special here, and I'm looking at this as a model. At this point, it's not a it's not an ROI machine. It doesn't make money, but it does get the word out. And there's a lot of onboarding going on while we're in the tour, while we're at the tour, while SJ's driving around the bus, while we're talking to the people that we're, hotels that we're talking to, venues that we're talking to, caterers, you name it. All of these people are getting onboarded all the time. So it's really, it is getting the word out, and we are doing good work. I'd just like to see it scale now. It has been a bear market, so we know that the numbers were low and they were down, and this thing is costing money, not making money. That's for sure.
Yeah. I think.
However, we've created a model that can be duplicated, and then maybe next year we'll kick it up a notch. Bull market comes in, and we really have our hands on something here, because the presentation is good. It's really good for onboarding people, especially the meetings after the meeting, hanging out afterwards, getting to talk to people specifically about their situations and their bags, and really telling the stories about other folks and hooking other people up with one another so that they can tell their stories and help each other out. Mm-hmm. So that's been really valuable, I think, to a lot of the Hexicans that have been to the tour. It's that VIP meeting when they're hanging out with everybody afterwards and talking about strategies and whatnot. So yeah, I think we've got our hands on something, and we're just filling up hotel rooms right now, but I sure would like to see this thing fill up stadiums someday. I think
I want to add real quickly that one of the things I think that has been really beneficial for us, right, as having this as a model, was when KSB did their tour, it was the bull run and everyone was excited and everything about crypto was amazing and the community really wanted to come together. Well, doing this in the bear market has been, really tough to get engagement, especially from the community. So, and a lot of what we're trying to teach people and trying to do is onboard people that are not in the community. So it's been a really awesome experience seeing different people at different events come in from the outside for different reasons. And a huge shout out to Black Hexagon for putting in that work as well, because we in Atlanta, it's we don't ask every single person who comes in where they came from or, like how they found out about it, right? But for sure, this last meeting in Atlanta, we had someone who came into this space because she has this meetup group going. So someone outside of our community completely saw this on meetup.com and then came to the Pulse Chain tour because of that. So that's been one of the greatest takeaways is learning what different avenues that we can use to reach out to people outside of this echo chamber and get new eyes on the Pulse Chain and Hex, right?
Yeah. And one more thing I'd like to add to that before I leave you ladies to do your thing. Black Hexagon has skills beyond my belief when it comes to this tour. And it's not just, what she knows, it's how she manages this thing. She doesn't take no for answers. She doesn't let anybody bowl over us. She doesn't let things go by. She doesn't miss a thing. She's like that mother that's always watching. She makes sure the T's are crossed, the I's are dotted, and they're crossed and dotted the way she asked them to be. She is the best of the best. Yeah. And I would not have been able to pull this off without her and this other lady sitting here. I wouldn't. There's no way in hell I would have been able to do it. I still do my best to kind of screw it up.
No, she is the boss babe for real.
I try and screw it up all the time, but somehow she fixes it, and
exactly
it works. So yeah, so my hat's off to her too. Her bucket definitely needs to be filled. Nobody could have done a better job than her. And she knows this space. So I mean, we have to continue to go on tour because she just does such a good job and understands the venues and the places and the hexagons that are out there, and she just manages it all so well. So anyway, my hat's off to her and the work that she's done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She's amazing. She's one of our favorites here. She pops in every now and then.
Yeah.
Hard worker. Love her.
Yeah, and she's got a great idea for in getting a lot of students involved. I think this next go around, I think that's going to be a huge push for us is reaching out to colleges, because that was something I know we had talked about at the beginning of the tour, but then just with timing, it didn't work out really for us to do that because we were running through the summer really, like school had got out. So yeah, I'm excited to see what it's going to look like as we move forward.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, look, Sandy Beach says she might make an appearance. Where, at the party or here with the ladies?
Sandy doesn't come online.
No, she is saying maybe she possibly might come to Texas.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Very nice.
I would love for her
to. Stage in the tour, she'll make an appearance. I think that's is that what you mean, Sandy?
Yes. Good.
It's incredible.
So just wanted to put out something real quick too, because I gotta head out. But I just wanted to say earlier, Georgia, when you were speaking about the lighthouse, I think that's just very amazing that you thought of that title, for one, because a lighthouse means so many things, but we all really know what it means. It means we're still here. Here's the light. It's not going out. Come on in, and you're very welcoming, and I just think that's amazing. I will start doing some spaces coming up starting next week as well, but it will not run into your time.
It's always, we can, what, we're flexible.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, I really appreciate I love your spaces. I try to come in and listen when I'm not busy. You do them on a Saturday, and sometimes my Saturdays are nuts, but yeah, so I'll get back with you on that too. I would love for you to pop in on some of mine as well. I know Ashley's going to co-host some of these with me as well. So I'm going to get back out there streaming. I'm going to wait for a bit just because my whole reason why I stopped streaming is because I had a whole family of people move in my house. So my studio used to be in my movie room, and now it's like an entertainment for real room. So,
Nice.
anywho, it's all good. I can pop on streams and hang out with you girls and Guy, and yeah.
The
So
thing is that, you know what? You are always present, all of you, and all of the ladies and the gentlemen who sometimes have to be apart. Sometimes we need to step back and do other things to come back with more energy. I
yep.
have a lot of time and energy that I need to get it out somewhere. So um, I feel like no one has left. They just, are doing something else, getting more information, more material, more stories to tell us when they come back. So, Susie, you have been on the spaces. I think I went into one of your spaces the first time that I pop um into the social media. So the lighthouse is that. It's a
Everyone
light.
needs a break, though, I
Yeah,
think.
everybody takes a break. The lighthouse is that,
And
guys.
it's
It's
healthy.
just like a light,
Everybody
and
needs a
it's
break.
yes, and it's your light, it's your light, your light, your light, and you light. Your light is not only Georgia. It is possible because of you. That's all. We're going to be there forever. We're not going anywhere. At least for more than 15 years because I keep staking.
And Sammy, I just want to say something again to you too. I love you, and I'm glad that we are friends, like outside of the streaming world and all that stuff. And I'm glad
I love
that
you too,
you're doing well.
babe.
And you're amazing. And thank you for always asking me to come on. It's very special, and it's always
You're
good to
one of
see
my
you.
favorite Hexicans, Christy.
Thank you.
Love
I love you guys
you.
so much, but
Let's
I
talk
have to
about more.
bounce. I'm getting hit by a bat. I think. I don't know.
We'll
But
come
I
She's
back
love
and
you
getting
guys.
soon.
And I'll be talking to you too very soon, RG. I gotta
Yep.
get with you. So.
You
All
got it.
right.
You got it.
All right, babe.
Good to
Bye.
see you. Thanks for joining.
All right, ladies. I'm going to get out of your hair too, so that you guys can go and do your thing and
All right, good to see you,
shoot
Captain.
away.
Keep up the good
Good
work.
to
We'll
see you,
talk to you
Captain.
soon, mate.
Thank you, my ladies. Bye 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 bye.
See ya.
Safe travels.
Wow, we've had visitors, ladies.
we had, yeah, what happened there? I thought it was going to be just us, and all of a sudden, this big name showed up. Is it the number went up? Because I was worried. What's going on with you guys? Where's everybody? Come on, it's Friday.
I
And
know,
you,
right?
right?
It's pretty quiet. It is actually pretty quiet. But having said that, let's have a look at some prices. Anyone been watching the prices lately?
Well, lately, yeah. Well, you got to keep your eye on these things. It just is part of it. And if you're well planned out, like SJ was saying, if you're not over leveraged and you're here because you're, open to learning more and you're exploring the ecosystem, throwing $20 here, $50 here, $100 here, like, that's why you have a plan and why you DCA into those things. And you pick one thing. If you are even thinking like, oh, I need to spread it over 50. Nope. Skirt, bring it back, make a plan. Just dollar cost average. It really is that simple. Like, and if that concept seems overwhelming to you, I totally understand. But that's what we're all here for. We're all here and open to those conversations, like to help you figure out, like I'm here. That's my job. I'm here and open to helping you figure out a plan for your crypto portfolio. So if you need help with that stuff, it's important to keep track of those facts. It's important to keep track of your seed words and your passphrases and make sure that your security is up to date. Like those things are so we cannot beat them in enough. I don't beat them. That sounds violent. I just mean, we can't really like just emphasize. Let's just empathize those enough. Like get them in there. Like those are the really, really important facts. And like that's where we start. And that's where you start with somebody when you're walking up the street because we have all of this knowledge. Like I don't think you guys understand as Mexicans how smart you are just from understanding the basic principles alone.
Yeah. Oh no, I do for sure. That's one of the reasons I'm like, I know like my life, quality of life, right? I talk about that a lot, just being around the most brilliant minds I think I've ever been around. And I said something, I don't remember whose stream I was on or what we were talking about, but I mentioned the fact that it's so badass to me that I get along with so many women particularly in this space, because I've had a hard time having female relationships in my life, but I think it's because we're all so damn smart. You know, so it's like I feel like a lot of us are really just kind of like on the same level, you know, and that's all varying degrees of like, you know, like I don't do TA, I don't watch the price, like I'm not that into that. I'm not a coder, right? I mean, like fashion coder, hot pro, like they're like we're all different levels of genius in our own way, but I think that like, just like you're saying, Lindsay, the underlying smartness, right? Like just knowing what hex is and that you hold it, right? Like just starting there just gives us this great common ground, I think.
Yeah, I reckon you're right too. And speaking of security, sorry, Georgia, are you ladies using Rabby wallet, Rabby.io?
Not yet.
If you haven't checked out Rabby wallet, oh my god, it looks like it makes MetaMask look like a 79 Datsun. Like it is chic, man. It's so smooth. And I'll put the address if you want to check it out. And you basically can migrate over. But ask any of the boys; they love it. I love it. It's such a good experience. It just MetaMask is just so old fashioned. When you use Rabby, you'll see it if you ever get time and you want to check out something a little bit more fresh. You're not waiting around, you know, getting transactions stuck. It's like the Tesla, mate. It's clean.
I'm interested in looking into that and Internet Money. I think both of those are worth checking out for sure.
I've heard Internet Money are pretty good too, because one of our brother KG, he also made that wallet, and I haven't got into it, but I've heard people rave about it. So that's also probably a good one.
I check my dividend. I'll check my dividends every day. I love it. I'm getting Pulsechain. I've accumulated so much Pulsechain in that wallet that I have several transactions I can do for free.
In Internet Money
wallet.
Oh, yeah. Really? That's so cool. And how do you do that, Lindsay, in Internet Money? How do you get more Pulse? Can you stake Pulse? What can you do in it to get more Pulse?
I hold time. I hold the time token in there. And
yeah.
Then it gives me dividends and Pulse. And then when I let those accumulate, I switch them over and I can do free transactions with them.
I'm waiting for Richard Hart wallet.
Yeah. Honestly, like it's very user friendly. I love it. It's super easy. It has I can switch back and forth to different networks. They're always so highly communicative with their updates and stuff. Like I don't work for them. But it works for me. So I'll chat about it. Like it's something that I love. And I love that it's a community built tool. And it's really a community focused tool that's pointing outwards is how I see it, because they're really going out there and they're reaching all different ecosystems. So, more eyes. And that's the thing is like, this is where they're coming from, where they're homies. And then they're pointing out and they've, Matic and ETH. And I don't know. I just really love that.
Yeah. Awesome. And Georgia, I cut you off before. Sorry.
No, what I was saying is that going back to what SJ was saying, the reason I think why we get so well along in this community is because all the women in the community have the desire to learn more, to always be better. And that is something that motivates me to see other people that have the same desires as I do. So I think that is very important. We have incredible people within the crypto community, not only, Hexicans, but other communities as well. I've been, like I was saying, I've been going out there, and let me tell you something. There's a woman in Web3 in crypto that will kick our butts any day. So that motivates me to learn even more, because Hexicans are the best. So I have to be the best.
And I love hearing that, SJ.
I compete with myself, not with other people, but it's a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. And SJ, I love hearing that you have made some friends in the community that you really can connect with and gel with. And maybe that it is because they want more out of life. They want to be smarter. They want to use their brains to take it to the next level. So when you got that in common, I think it makes it easier, and there's more to talk about and learn, and learn from each other. I mean, I learn a lot from you ladies, and Lindsay, oh my God, she's so smart. She always tells me all her new cool stuff. And
bless you.
Only.
But yeah, that's what I love about it. And it's also good. I can reach out to the ladies, and sometimes it's better talking to a lady because sometimes the boys with their language, they just lose me. They're like 10 steps ahead of me.
Yeah.
So,
but I understand. They were like, go.
It's so true. Yeah, Robert. Hi, Robert. He says, what do you ladies think of Coast? I've never used it, but I heard it's like in all these different countries. It's a fiat on ramp and off ramp for Pulsechain. Have any of you ladies used it or have any experience with it?
Not yet, but I'm stoked. It seems like a great protocol. Like they're just doing tons of awesome stuff. So I'm excited to get into more of that. I'm hoping I kind of have a little lull between what we're doing with the tour right now, and then if we decide to, like, RG wants to keep going, right? But like maybe there'll be a little break, in between, and they're like during the holidays and things like that. Because I really want to sit down and I had created a Staker app guide, like a step by step walkthrough a while back.
Yeah.
So I want to revisit that kind of stuff because that's something I used to do for a job. I did that for different. A few different companies. I did. It's basically like information dissemination, where I take a lot of, concepts or things. Work process documentation. So it's a step by step. You break it down. I have screenshots of everything, and then a description of what button you click on. So here's the screenshot. Circled in red is the button you click on and the action that you take. So I did that for Staker app. I'm going to do it for internet. But why can't I think of what is it called?
Internet money. Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. It's a lot of energy coming through here.
Internet money, right?
Internet money, yeah.
Okay, that for some reason when I was saying it sounded not right. But internet money, I want to redo Staker app because there've been a bunch of updates, and then maybe do something like that for Coast. Like, how do you like walk someone through? Because the reason I did it in the first place was for my parents. I onboarded my parents through Staker app. So really? I wanted them to be able to have something that they could like print out and look at and go step by step through, because I couldn't be there to hold their hand. And it's called the handheld Staker app guide, right? Because it's like, this is here. I'm holding your hand to walk you through this without actually being there. So yeah, I'm excited to look into Coast and see how that works and, get something like that out there so more people have access to it in a different format, right? Because this is like a PDF format versus video. Like not a lot of people like my parents' age are going to sit and watch a YouTube video and do it that way. So yeah,
there's a lot of protocols, a lot of projects that the community is launching. There's something with, I think Barista is doing some Barista.io. I'm not sure. There's so many things I feel like I'm behind because now a lot of the projects people have been working on are finally out there, and we have to go back to that rhythm of having, so many new projects coming out and studying. So yes. I can't wait.
Absolutely. And since saying that, sorry, George, I got really excited. I was like,
Good way to go. Tell me. I don't know much. I have to study. I take weekends to study. No, so I know that's pretty new.
I love you because you get that. I'm like you couldn't wait to get it out. But like, as Georgia was saying, there are many things coming out in this ecosystem that are exciting, and a lot of them that are poop. So just be careful. Okay. Take a good look at them and say, like, do I want to hold this coin in 5 years? Am I going to hold this coin in 5 years, or am I trying to make a quick buck off of it? Because that will differentiate the choices that you make and the numbers that you flip over. Because that Pulsechain transaction might look like, what is it now? But you can't look at the US. You can't look at the fiat equivalent of that. You have to look at, you have a crypto in whole units.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to last forever, my friends. We will no longer be able to accumulate full T shares. I don't know if that doesn't hit people right now, but eventually, like,
it'll be B shares and then M shares,
and then there'll be like Satoshi. There'll be hearts left, like they'll just be pieces of it. There'll be people that wish they could have gotten and accumulated a whole hex. And so anyway, I'm just saying, I don't mean to pop a balloon here. I'm just saying.
No, it's scary. I feel scared every single day. Every day, I feel like I'm missing out, and I'm pretty involved in this. Imagine,
busy
people.
Mom, Georgia, you got.
I know, but I'm talking. Forget about the mom and my activities. I'm talking about my my investments, trying to accumulate more and more and more. I was happy. I was just telling the ladies that I got part of my tax return. So I was like, yes, finally, I'm going to get something to like buy more hex. And now for me, it's like hex, pulse chain, pulse hex. What do I do? What do I do? I'm
You
not,
call me.
divide it. I
Plan.
will. Yeah, we'll do a plan, Lindsay. Thank you.
Well, reach
But,
in there and I will steal your seed phrases.
I'm sure I'm not. I'm sure. Good luck. I'm sure I'm not gonna be the only one in this room or out there that is having the same kind of thoughts. What do we do? Because people talk a lot, and that's confusing. That is what I try to channel and only concentrate, just like the horses. Okay, this is Georgia. Tick, 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 tick. I'm a horse. This is Georgia. Just keep going straight and look at the carrot in front of you. That's a hex. That is what
Serious. Go no.
I am doing, guys, because I don't have, maybe the investments that other people did. I don't have maybe the bags that other people have, but at least I have a shot. And my one shot is, for me, is hex, my horse. Like I always say that. Pulse X, Pulse Chain, and a lot of other projects that are coming on board for sure. But it's very hard. So I always try to share that experience because I want to make sure people out there know they're not the only ones. People talk about big bags and Lambos and this and that and Rolexes, and what about us little people? What do we do?
Yeah, but that's how, crypto was designed to make a lot of money out of a little.
Yes.
All of us, not only myself, I started with a little, and I'm not rich. I say this over and over again because it's true. I can't even lie about it. But I mean, crypto, that's why I love crypto, because you put a little bit in and you go, geesh, if you get in at the right time, my story. When I got in, it was right leading up to a bull market. We're right in 2017, and it was like going the pokies or the slots. You put a little bit of money in. You made every day it was going up, so put more and more in. And I just learned to love it from there. I've never seen anything act like that in its life. I think I ended up putting around about 10K Aussie in and turned it into 60,000, but I didn't pull it out within say 2 or 3 months, and that's amazing money, especially for a family. And then you want to know more about it. You want to know about market cap and what's the good coins to get into. And then, I mean, if you'd seen Richard Hart, like I was lucky enough to watch Richard Hart back in 2017. And there's something about him that resonated with me and went on to, do okay with Hex. And, now I've got the same hope for Pulse Chain and Hex. I mean, it has been a little bit disappointing with the launch and a few things that have happened. But we still love crypto, right?
But we need to think. That is one thing that I always say on the space. Richard Hart promised to launch Pulse Chain. Check. Richard Hart promised low gas fees. Hello? 1 cent maybe per check. What else do you want from me? I'm gonna steal his words. What else do you want from him?
Yeah.
He doesn't control the price. I'm telling you what I'm gonna do. I am going to run for president of the United States. The 4 things that you need to do, I checked because I want this guy out of, what's his name? Gary Gangster or
We want
Gangster, whatever. 2 things on my agenda, guys. I'm telling you. Listen, I am telling you right here in Discourse exclusive. I am running for president of the United States, representing I don't know, the Hexican Party or the Lighthouse Party. I don't know. I have to think about what party I'm going to create. But I have 2 things: getting that guy out of office or taking the power away, and make sure that Richard Hart marries me.
Well,
That's it.
Did you guys see Congress this week over in the US? Did you see the chairman and the board?
Yes, it was incredible.
It was so good to see. And a lot of people saying it's all drama, it's all for media hype. I mean, I'd like to see that implemented, and I'd like to see them bring Gary Gensler to justice. I mean, he won't come forward with they've subpoenaed or they're thinking about subpoenaing him for the messages and correspondence with FTX, SBF.
Didn't he have a meeting? Didn't he have a meeting, a private meeting in an island?
Yeah, he did. And he wouldn't have gone unrewarded, let me tell you that. There was a lot of stuff going on that we don't know that's going to come to the surface, hopefully. But, you know, they said to Gary, do you want to be the first chairman to be subpoenaed? Like, don't do it. Give us what we want. But I don't think Gary's playing ball, because if he's done some crazy shit, he could go to jail. Like, look at SBF. He's pretty much screwed. So maybe there's much more the story than what we know. But the one thing's for sure, we want to see Gary gone. He's disadvantaged hundreds of thousands of Americans and other people all over the world. And a lot of us wouldn't be underwater right now if it wasn't for Gary and his mates at the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
So
that needs to be stopped. That needs to be stopped. That is a bad thing, not only for Americans. It's a bad thing for everyone around the world. Period.
I mean, it is, but it's unfortunate, and it is what it is. You have to look at it as it is. The United States is not the United States. We're no longer the United States. We are the United States. It is a corporation. It is a business. It is treated as such. So therefore, your citizens are your employees, right? So your employees get everything shakes out. Now, what happens when there's unrest in your business? You have to shake out departments. Well, who eats first? Who gets paid first? Mm-hmm. So that's where we are right now, guys. We're at the beginning stages of crypto where it's who's gonna get the first ETF? Like, okay, spot ETFs and futures, and like it at the end of the day, these are all just very shiny things, and they're just headlines, and they are guidance in one way or another for somebody's allowing something to reach that level. Now, if it's posted on a CoinDesk or, there are a few crypto sources that you can actually trust for some media, but you have to expand yourself beyond Twitter, because if you're getting and only reading your crypto information and sources through Twitter, I mean, honestly, take a look at what Yahoo Finance is saying about our favorite crypto, and then have that conversation with somebody that you might, what do you think oh my gosh, did you read this? What do you think of that? Get their opinion, and then listen in on that. Listen to their opinion, and don't listen to rebut it and fix it and tell them what's wrong about their opinion, but rather to listen, to understand, so that you can find out their common ground. Where are they coming from? What are their fears with it? If you can hone in on what their fear is around that, then that's a no breeze to walk them through the door. It's very simple.
I think people needs to be reminded that the United States, and I speak about the United States because this is my country, the United States is the only country, I think, that you can be born poor and die rich. So if we don't protect that,
your social security number is not a security number. It is a number that identifies you as a entity. You're from there, you're trapped from birth.
And it all sounds pretty crappy. And I get the conversation we're having, and I know that I've said things aren't great, right? But also you got to look around the whole world, and their governments ain't too much better. I mean, look, some may be in different ways, but I mean, living in the country, in Western countries like we are living in, we're not going to like everything the government does, but sometimes I'm thankful that my government gives us what we have and makes its decisions for us. I mean, what I'm seeing now, the SEC in America, I'm seeing corruption, and it's blatantly obvious. And I'm seeing this government organization trying to get away with it in front of people's faces.
And it's because outside of crypto, people don't know.
You don't do that in the Western world. Americans are very patriotic. They love their country, and their government's been usually pretty good to them. But people turn against them when they do shit like this. So, I mean, to get away, I don't think they're going to get away with what they've been doing, not just to crypto, but to all the markets, because this goes into traditional finance as well. They're just overstretching their powers. And that leads me to believe that they've done something not so great, especially this Gary Gensler. So mean, you guys got the election coming up. Is that this November?
Then 2024.
Oh, 2024, man.
Yeah,
I
I
thought,
have a whole year to run. Year and a half,
well,
ladies. Help me out.
yeah, we'll hear all about it over here because obviously what happens in America, also we get the runoff of
It
that.
affects everything. It affects the entire world.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah. So, you'll be able to see some big changes coming for your country soon, and hopefully it's for the better.
Yeah, we have, for example, in Argentina. Argentina is doing elections, and Javier Milei, which is the runner-up, he's like, on top of the polls. He is a very, very in support of crypto. So it's fantastic. Maybe we have someone else like the president of El Salvador supporting this. So I'm looking forward to what's happening in South America, because that is also very important for the crypto world, for freedom of finances.
Yeah.
Well, there are ways to be okay. When you're having just real quick about like wealth and riches and being rich and wealth and stuff like that. I guess that depends on how you are looking at things where you are today. And like if you're grounded in gratitude and you're thankful for what you have that is coming in, more seems to come in. It's really like I know that I feel like you guys all really understand that one where if you
Mhm.
ground in and you're thankful for that, like there's a whole bunch of other things that open up for you and fear isn't one of them. It just leaves. And
Mhm.
then you know where to diversify your attentions to, like what prioritizing those things, like what deserves to have your most attention. Okay, your favorite crypto tax, that's your focus, like that's your focus, right?
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
everything else that you get to work on from there, you get to build and grow. Like Esther, you're getting out there and you're getting to just live, right? Like you're just getting to get out there and to meet people and fill up your cup, and then you're also filling up other people's cups out there, and then you're building content on top of it, and you're doing something you're passionate about, and that really is like that is the most important thing that any of us could be doing right now is just to live your life. To if something about those rooms, like if there's fighting in those rooms, it's just that's toxic energy. It's got to get cleared
Mm.
out, right? Like so
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
the lighthouse.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And you don't want people, you don't want to see people leave the ecosystem, right? Like you want them to be here. So if you're fighting with them in those rooms, like what's the first thing they're gonna do?
They will leave, and that's one of the things that I wanted to do with the lighthouse. It's like, okay, you left that room, but come to this one. This one is cool. Let's talk about anything. I'll throw questions, like crazy questions, that have nothing to do with crypto, that have nothing to do with the subject. If they're doing something, if they're going a way that I feel it's like danger zone for them to get into an argument, immediately I change the subject so we move on, because we need places like that. Why? Because if someone is new and comes to those spaces, which sometimes get toxic, I don't want them to see, I don't want it to be put into a category that every Hexican is toxic. No, we have incredible, smart, positive, friendly,
Yep.
creative Hexicans out there. And guess what? When that lady or that guy watching us, at least Georgia, whatever I do out there, yeah, they might say that lady's crazy, but they might also said, you know what? I like what she's doing. I can do it better. I am going to do it. If I can inspire one person to do
Yes.
that, I am happy. That's it. So
I
you're
love
right,
it.
Lindsay.
Absolutely.
That's just that, yeah, that's like, I hope that people watching out there get a sense of the type of energy that is there. Like SJ was saying, there's all sorts of women out there. And if you're not the type of woman that gravitates towards women, I swear you could throw a stone and find a chick in there that's ride or die with you. You
Yeah.
could find your
Yeah.
tribe.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly, like each one of these ladies just vibrates at a different frequency. They're
hmm we need to welcome everyone. We had incredible. I've been here from not the beginning, like SJ, like Sammy, but SJ and I think we started in the same exact place.
Mhm.
You were there before me, Lindsay. We met in Vegas. And the same way that you guys welcome me, I want to make sure I welcome other people. Why?
Yes.
Because we need to grow the community. We
Like
are
I saw
not it.
Lady Miriam in the chat at the beginning of this. I don't know if has she come on this show yet? Make it
No.
Miriam.
Yeah, Miriam. Yeah, she has, and the links in the chat in the group chat.
Hey,
But yeah, she hasn't
what up,
popped in.
girl? I love it. I love seeing
Yeah,
it. That's why I
sure.
started that Women Crush Wednesday show, because I love encouraging other women, especially, right? Like we need
Mhm.
all of us, but just I think it's a
Yeah,
great space to just be like, hey, women, like let's go, let's do it. We need all of us.
absolutely. And I
Yeah.
love your little positivity videos, SJ. They're really cool, and it's good to see because there's so much bullshit on Twitter. Sometimes you're scrolling and you go, "I've had too much internet for the day," and then you see SJ popping up saying something really positive, and you're like, "Oh, that's nice. It's nice to see."
What do I do today? CZ is doing also very positive videos as well. I love the ones SJ does. Oh, I watch them all the time. I take, I'm even thinking about streaming some of her audio into the channels because we need to spread the word. But also Zizi, was just reminding us to go and be on the sun because the sun makes you happy. Come on. We're so busy thinking about other things that sometimes we forget about simple little things. So
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
absolutely,
Like little
absolutely.
things that like the little things out there that that can connect you too. Like Miss X was so kind of her to send these gorgeous gifts out for us for the Pulse Chain tour. And we were lucky enough to be on
Yes,
the
that's so sweet.
phone, right? And it's just connecting with somebody on the other side of the world. Like I would never, I don't know, I would like I within business, but not within, like, I call it family, friends, family, and networking. Like not in that situation where you actually like go, I don't know. It's just it's just a different vibe out here. And it's
Oh, it's
like,
awesome. It's
yeah.
awesome. I mean, I love it. I love, meeting new faces, especially the women, which I've well, when I came in, no one was doing anything with women, so I wanted to do that, and I wanted to meet other females in the space, and I have, and I've absolutely enjoyed it. I treasure my time in America so much, and can't wait to get back. And I think we're all in that same sort of area where we're all hardworking. We've all got lives, bills, expenses. The cost of living is rising, and we're all waiting for some sort of reward. This is why we're in this. We're all in this together. And I mean, I think logically, this could all be up the shitter. But to me, to be honest, I've got a lot more out of it than just finance. I've learned a lot about crypto and about governments. I've met some wonderful people, and I won't ever look back and say my time was not pleasurable. And of course, I believe that there'll be so much more. I mean, for me, I'm thinking, if everything, which I don't think it will, like just shits its pants, we'll find a way around that. Us being hexagons, we've got a lot of smart guys in the space. We will find a way around it somehow. So I'm still feeling really positive. But I'm not a moon girl. I don't talk up prices and shit because I don't believe in that's the way you make friends or get followers, because I think if you're dishonest and talk about that crap, it's really unrealistic. I like to be
Mhm.
honest,
Yeah.
and I like for people to be honest with me. I mean, we all love that moon math, right? We all love doing, I know, hey, we should go to this price. But, there's also the subject of getting in, getting out, of crypto. I mean, you can make money in crypto, but I think the biggest learning curve is looking at charts, learning to buy in the red and sell in the green. And it's not an easy thing to do,
No, it's not.
especially if you're
I,
an emotional trader, because in crypto you're all going to go, what if, we should all be wearing t-shirts saying would have, could have, should have, because it's always, you sell some crypto at a certain price and it goes up the next day and you go, oh my god, I should have waited. But that's all learning curve, and that's more valuable than money sometimes,
you say riding the wave. The way that I explained that very simple to family members like my sister or my kids. Imagine that you're surfing and you have a wave. Look at the surfers, and I put a video. Look at the surfers. You see how some of them could ride the wave, could go on top of the wave, and they do an incredible. Some of them wait, some of them don't make it. So it's just like that. It's, just timing and learning
Yeah.
like how to dance and
Yeah.
things like that. So yes,
Mm.
and that is the most important thing, to learn how to ride the wave.
Yeah, absolutely.
You really need to you need to live through a cycle. I feel like
Yes.
like coming in new, you're like, what's going on? And coming in a bull market, you're like, yeah, everything's like fantastic. And then all of a sudden, a bear market hits. You're like, whoa, it's cold out here. Hold on.
It's so true. I think the perfect example where there was overhype about Pulsechain, right? And I think everyone expected the price to just go sky high. I mean, I thought, yeah, we'd pump, but I thought within 3 months we'd be back down to either stack prices or below, which that's happened.
But you know what? We get also hit by the SEC thing, so that we had a lot of things that influence that hype. Yes, we were on the right way, and some of them got scared, some of us didn't. So we're still riding the wave. So that is
right.
the problem. Let us hands. I'm sorry for you, but you're gonna miss the amazing, incredible.
Bye. Bye. Let us
You
in.
go
You're
on.
leaving.
You're right, SJ. Everything good?
Yeah, that was lettuce handing.
All right. Well, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you. Let us know.
Make sure you're eating, girl. I know you're fasting. Make sure you eat. How long is your
I'm not
fasting
fasting.
for? You're not? Okay. I was
No,
worried
we
about
were just
that.
talking about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm not leaving. I mean, unless you want me to. I was just making lettuce hands because Georgia said
Lettuce
lettuce hands.
hands. Oh, she's not leaving. Yeah, we have to, this people is gonna be waiting till the next cycle maybe and saying a lot the same thing that the ones that didn't cut into hex when what 2017, what was that, Sammy?
2019 hex.
2019, when it came out, but you guys started talking in 17. So, it's gonna happen again. We're gonna
Yeah.
recycle. We're gonna. It's like this. Not only the market recycles or does the circle, whatever, but also the people. Some of them will be left on the bottom. Some of them will go to the top and back and forth. The ones that know how to do the game, will be able to ride. Right now, I'm learning. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to ride all the way, 2026, 25, but I am doing all my best.
You're gonna ride that wave all the way past the World Economic whatever fluff. You could
Absolutely.
yeah, you'll make it past the Great
I'm
Race.
having fun. Just one thing, guys. Even if I don't make a penny, it's worth every single minute that I spend here with you. Priceless.
I agree.
Priceless.
100%.
Right.
It makes me happy here. And this I'm taking with me.
Mhm.
So if you're looking at it with the attitude of like, look, even if I walked away with nothing tomorrow, I'm good. Then
It's like the market. I'm here right now. Maybe if I finish here tomorrow or in 4 years, I'll be happy.
yeah.
Because I've learned I've taken a lot of other pressure things with me. Like you ladies,
Yeah,
like
same.
all the
And I
knowledge that I got from SciVive. Thank you, SJ. Thank you, Richard.
But
So
not over leveraging yourself as well. When it comes with the cost of living the way it is, I mean, we all love crypto, but remembering that, paying our rent or not in SJ's case, gas, and food, things like that are still pretty important, and not over leveraging, because when you do over leverage, it's stressful.
oh yeah.
Because it's not worth the stress sometimes, then
Not worth the stress ever. Ever. It's never worth that stress. There is an abundance of money out there. I will tell you all that. If they can find trillions that up and Andy Dufresne in the wind, then I could feel like you could find some money out there too. Because every single one of you has a skill. Every single one of you has a gift that only you can share, and other people want to see that from you too. So your only responsibility is to figure out what that is. I know that's a great what, right? But your only responsibility is to just hone in on that. And you can't do that if you're coming from a place where you are not solid. If you're found and money is your foundation, that's your root. Like, let's be serious. Money makes the world go round, right? You can't eat if you don't have money, you can't eat unless you have dirt and you can grow your own, right? But
Yeah.
and that's where I was like kind of was getting at with talking about wealth and equivalent like riches and stuff like that. Like being thankful for those things. Like, okay, if you're in a small apartment and you are like, oh my gosh, I hate my house, I hate this, blah 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 blah, negative, negative, negative. Then and then you're like getting on negative Twitter spaces. You're like putting yourself in a little negative bubble. You know, you gotta open up the windows a little bit. Touch dirt, like go outside, get some non-crypto Twitter perspective of the world out there, and I will tell you that you can
There's a lot of opportunities on Twitter, on X right now, Twitter, X Twitter, now X, for I can't say that word, making money, monetization. There's a lot of people out there who are doing spaces about how to grow your impressions, how to grow your followers, how to find something that makes you happy also, because it's not only about what makes other people happy. When you do something, make sure you do it because it makes you happy. I think that's number one priority for, at least for
Absolutely.
me. So there's a lot of things that we can do out there to also get some kind of benefit, besides crypto. So I think
Absolutely.
that's
the more
extra.
you focus outside of, I mean, honestly, like if you want to talk about growing the ecosystem here
Mhm.
and getting more eyes on our favorite cryptos, it's not talking about our favorite cryptos. It's talking about something that's relatable to them outside. Like,
Mhm.
you will find me somewhere in Mexico. I'm filming videos about cucumbers. I am filming videos about picking like today I did I'm filming videos about picking apples and plums, and find me making dinner like those, and you'll find me making goods for stuff around the house, or chore charts for the kids, like those kind of things. You'll find me somewhere in Hexco doing, and I hope that you guys can all share the same, because whatever
Mhm.
somewhere in Hexco looks different to you, and I want to see it. I want to know what you guys are up to out there. Does that look like
I
each to you?
Yeah, it's amazing what you're doing, Lindsay, just to getting us out there, out of these numbers and going into the real life with tangible things like cucumbers and
And it's
pumpkin.
so
I
true.
I know what I do also. I'm sorry, Sammy. What I've been doing is going out there and sharing what I see. For example, last Tuesday or Monday, I can't remember which day was. Monday, Tuesday, I went to City Walk to look for something, and I found this incredible store that did collectibles and original autographs, but done by the artist, and it was like a museum. It was free. It was cheap. It was like, and something that you don't see everywhere. And I'm sharing those things that I do outside here, the spaces. So I think that you are in the right track to doing something incredible. So I can't wait to see what you have
Lindsay,
done
is
and
this
what
a
the
YouTube
future.
channel? Sorry.
There's a YouTube channel. Yep.
Okay.
Somewhere in Hexaco. I'm not searchable right now because I just made it a couple days ago. I threw the first video up there, how to walk yourself through making up your
Can you
map.
share the link for us? Because I
Yes.
see your giveaway, but I want to retweet. I want to quote retweet it with the link to your channel.
Oh, thank you. There
Yeah.
we go. I'll pop that right in here. There you go.
Sweet.
That should take you there. Yeah, I don't even know where it's going to grow from here, but I know that there are other hexagons out there that have gardens that crush, and I love seeing those things. For me, those are the things that I go right to on Twitter. So I don't know how to use Twitter. I shouldn't say that. I do know how to use Twitter. I choose not to use Twitter in that way because the following that is out there, like I don't want inorganic material anywhere in my life. Like I don't want it on my Twitter feed. I don't want it in my garden. I don't want it anywhere. I don't care if I have 5 people that follow me. It
But you
doesn't.
know what? It's you can grow organically in Twitter. I do that all the time. I was saying that yesterday. I think Rax to Riches was on the space with me, and I said every single follower that I get, I establish a relationship with them. Like, I welcome them, I thank them, and I try to make sure that, yes, I don't have 5, 6, 10,000 followers, 3737. I just looked at the follower numbers, but each one of them is so special to me. Another thing that you guys need to do on your Twitter, if you're in Twitter, make sure you go back to the people you follow and make sure the accounts are active, because what I just discovered, I was following almost 2,000 people, and most of the accounts were very old and they don't use them anymore. So that is something very important for the algorithm to make sure your content is out there even, more exposed. So
yeah.
Just do you post things that you like, not things that you think that other people want to see.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I just started doing that a little bit more on Instagram, where like, and I want to start, because I know that as you use the tools that each platform has, so like for example, Twitter, I've been using the Twitter camera inside the app to start doing video. And then Instagram, I just started doing a lot of live stuff on Instagram, mostly just like my travels and bus content, right? So I'm trying to get kind of like a different following on Instagram, and hopefully like, it'll just all kind of bleed into each other, right? I think I've got I have about 50 quotes left before I'm done with my SciVive 369 quotes. And then I'll be able to put a little more effort into these different ideas that I have. But right, so for now, YouTube's kind of what I'm focusing on with the quotes there, and Twitter a little bit. And then starting to do some new things in Twitter with using the camera within Twitter X to take videos and do pictures. And then on Instagram, right, doing the live stuff where it's just really not crypto related, just bus stuff and life traveling stuff. So super great point, Lindsay. Like I really love, the fact that you're out there. And I don't know if you're in the Hex Foodies or the Hex Guild group, but that's way up their alley. Like I'm actually going to tag a couple people in that post about that, because I love that group. I talk about Hex Guild all the time. T.me/Hex Foodies. If you're into growing things, DIY, beekeeping, making stuff, like you were talking about that face mask, different things like that. That's all they do. And I can't talk more about the goodness that is within that group of people. So
yeah,
awesome. Love it.
It's like that's a whole different area of like holding your wealth on that one. Like that, that is not when Lambo, because like, I don't know if we just saw this like popular train wreck that just happened on X, but like when you are running, well, I mean, let's be serious.
You're in there already.
The little bit boy accent, like
Bit boy.
I don't want to talk about it like too much, but I was just saying, like, if you're focused on like the one Lambo, you're like, okay, if you're focused on the one Lambo, what about your family? Like, what about what's really important? Like, what is really important to you? Like, and I get it. If you're 21 and you're single, and you're like, one Lambo, I do get that. But like, you're 40 and like you don't have the Lambo anymore, and your wife's on Twitter, like sitting at your side, like, like,
I know, right?
It's
really sad. But you know what? He's got $1 million. He had $1 million on his BitBoy account, right? Whether he be a business, whoever was running it, had a big show. He was a big crypto guy. But I believe it to the day I die, fame has a price. Whether that be that the fact that he took more drugs, he's gone and had an affair and been unfaithful to his wife and his family. Whatever happened to him, something's gone on. And I just think people cannot handle the pressure of being famous. And not that I know, because I've never been famous, and I don't really plan on ever being famous, so I really don't like it. But there's not many success stories where you hear people say, I like being famous. There's so many more that we see that don't like it, that get easily offended. And look at BitBoy. I think he's just one example of him over the edge. I mean, he's really taken a turn. And yeah, I mean, that's what I think. I think it's all about fame, too much for him. And this is the path he's taken.
Like focused on the crazy things. Like if you're not focused on your family, you're focused on like running around playing detective in the Bahamas. Like, come on, you have kids at home. What are you doing?
That tells you, your fame. One day you're up here, the next day you're like gone.
Well, it shows you where his priorities are, which tells me he's not a man I want to follow. Just saying.
Oh,
But
no,
he would
no,
even
no.
put that out there if he wasn't having a nervous breakdown of some sort. I mean, he would even if you did that, you were that stupid. Why would you even put it out there for the whole world to see? It's airing your dirty laundry. That's what he's doing. So it leads me to believe that he's just lost the plot. And he doesn't know what he's doing. Maybe he's just
Or does he? Because I don't know. People said Richard didn't know what he was doing. And that man, I'm telling you, Richard knows what he's doing. Like, he's not hiding.
No, he's not hiding. Anyone that says he's
Richard is
hiding,
not gone. Richard is probably following all of us and knowing
You know what?
exactly what's going on.
What
Remember, he
what
lets people talk.
What if he's no longer? Like, what if we'll never see from him? We'll never hear from him again.
He gave us Pulsechain. He gave us Pulsechain. He gave us sex. That's it.
Guys. That's like the whole point behind it is that there's not one man behind this, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
The man army, maybe. Like, what is it? That you guys probably know this song that came from my head. Anyway, 70.
But we have the community. We have to be here for the community as well, because it's not, Richard said that very, very, very many times, very, very clear. A coin without a community, it's nothing.
What is
It's
the
us.
fundamental message?
I'm sorry.
What is the fundamental message? Us, the
Yes.
freedom of speech, really.
Yes.
And people, you're going to get people's attention in different avenues, right? Some people just want to hear about when pump bags, but other people want to hear, well, okay, I can't hold it, and I don't really know what to do with it. So what value does it have? Boom. The value, my friend, is whatever open door they just opened for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good point.
Brilliant.
Oh yeah, the decentralization shift right now is amplifying the power of our community. Absolutely, DeFi will only have so many avenues to run to once everyone realizes how corrupt centralization is. The more that comes to light, these people are going to look for a protocol that runs on itself. They're going to look for a code that's immutable. They're going to look for these things that aren't available to them now, because how many doors are shut? How easy is it? Can you pick up your phone right now if you don't know about, and if you're not on crypto X, how do you know what wallet to just open up and buy Hex on right now? No, but if you open up Coinbase, there's a bunch of other stuff on there. I mean, some of those blue chips you really do need to take a look at, but I'm just saying, like, if you can't open up your phone and scroll through on Coinbase and find Hex right now, like, guys, get comfy. DCA, like, stay cool your jets, take this opportunity to learn.
We have Pulsechain, and like Sami says, it's D5. That's it. You know what, guys? We just saw a message from Whitney earlier. She is amazing. She's another lady in the community. Her messages are so incredible. She radiates positivity. If you don't know who she is, Whitney, please put your information on the chat here so everyone could follow you. She is incredible. She's doing a lot of education.
And Whitney, we'd love to see you on the
Yes.
show. If you want to come up,
Please.
and see if you want to come on.
Come on.
Yes.
You're welcome anytime.
Right.
And that goes for all the ladies. Whitney is more out there. I've seen a couple of her posts, and she actually won Hexagon of the Week on our Tuesday Aussie stream because she was so vocal about her feelings and thoughts on the whole ecosystem. So Whitney, that's awesome. I'm going to hit you up for our next show. And
put your Twitter handle in the chat.
Yes, please share it. You need to follow Whitney. She's incredible. I saw her with the Maddie Allen convention. She was there. I think she shared spaces with. Was it USJ? Were you there? With I don't know if it was class. I can't remember who it was, but she was there and she was amazing. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, there it is.
Positive.
There we go. And you're right. You know what makes me think when we talk about crypto and talk about, finding a Coinbase account, it makes me feel sorry for people who aren't in crypto. Like the amount of free money I've got over the last couple of years from Hedron, airdrops, things like that. If you weren't in crypto, where do you get free money? What, you get your tax return every year. You might get a bonus at work. If you're not invested in anything, where do you get dividends like that, especially for free? So it makes me actually feel sorry for people who aren't in crypto because they're not reaping the rewards that we are reaping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least if I will, but at least if someone is not successful with the investments in crypto, at least that person will be successful to know what the future of the finances, are going to be, because things are moving forward.
Crypto is
Blockchain
over
technology,
1
right?
trillion market cap. The whole of crypto is over
Yes.
1 trillion. I think last night I looked was 1.08 trillion dollars. That's a lot of money to me.
Mhm.
I mean, we're just growing more and more and more. This
Mhm.
bull run is, we're going to have one regardless. But bull run's coming up. They can't stop us now. We're too big. There's too much going on.
No,
No, but they'll suppress it for as long as they need to pick up what.
exactly. To make their position, like always, let's position
Everybody.
ourselves first. Let's get as much as we can so we control. Let's stop people from learning how it works so we can screw them.
Yeah.
Me.
Oh man, with like Citibank,
Sorry.
Citibank, and I just couldn't even. I couldn't. I don't know. I
No,
can't.
I get. I'm imagining, you, Lindsay, Lindsay, you know more than this, but I'm waiting for my job to send me, the 401k information to. Oh, now you can do crypto. We'll handle your portfolio for you.
Well, I mean,
I'm
HSBC.
sure it's already done, but you know, I'm not. I'm not doing that. I'm
No,
taking everything out of the traditional
no.
savings
I
and.
trust. Open up an I trust account. You can transfer your existing 401k. You can put it right in there, easy, right? You
Mhm.
can't hold that. I mean, they don't offer hacks right now, but there's other blue chip coins out there to diversify into, which eventually you can, when the bull market comes, you can move those right back over to Hex in your favorite ecosystem, and I will show you how.
Yeah. Or at least you need to get some dry powder so you can, DCA. So when the time comes, baby, you're going to be ready. You're
Yeah.
going to be ready. At least you know what? You might not know which coin you're going to support or you're going to put your money in, but at least you're going to be ready. The
I,
worst part is like knowing which one and not being ready. I think that is worse than putting it on the wrong one.
well, yeah, not being ready. I mean, how many of
Yeah.
our smart friends out there are accredited investors in the United States?
Yeah, because I might have $100 to put into a coin that I like, and that coin might go up or might go down. The most I lose is $100. But if you don't have that $100 to put in that coin that is going to skyrocket, you're gonna lose a lot more. So
Yeah.
be ready. Be
Gotta be
ready.
lucky. Crypto's
Yes.
dollar cost crypto. Shout out to him. He's awesome. He said that crypto is a what is it? Is it a game? It's a game of intuition. So when people make it big crypto, like the dude that like killed it on Pepe, like made like $1 million from $27, like that is sheer luck. And it can be done. We've seen it. We've seen it happen with Bitcoin. We've seen people just go in and just. I mean, it's not common, but it does happen. But it's mostly luck more than.
Ethereum, Bitcoin,
But
Pepe,
even
every
B
other hex, every other coin, you just have to be there at the right time. That's
exactly.
that's it. That's
Even
what I think.
even Moon B Roots, he's another awesome guy that I love and follow. And he says himself when he looks at new cryptocurrencies to buy, he might lose out on a few, but it only takes one to go crazy, and that's the others weren't important. So it's like a gambling game, but we've already discussed not over leveraging. But if you were putting $27 into this frog coin and it turned it into $1 million, even though there was problems like the liquidity, so he couldn't get it out because the liquidity was thin. And also the fact that they blacklisted his address or something because he was too much of a smart ass, I guess, getting in and making so much money. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, those stories do happen. They're real in crypto, and anyone that's not in crypto is doing themselves an injustice. Here's me saying that a lot of my family and friends aren't in crypto. But that's only because they just don't understand and don't have the they don't want to get in and do the research, because even though we can tell them you got to do your own work. What works for you is not going to work for everyone else.
It's amazing to me, like mind blowing, the amount of people that don't have any interest in self-custodying their own finances. They want nothing to do with it. Oh my gosh, no, that sounds like a nightmare. My own passwords and holding onto my own and saving transaction fees and instant settlements. Please. Come on, guys. Oh no, but it's that a lot of the generation that like the older generation, they work so hard their whole life. They actually had to work really hard. And now the generation that's coming up, I can create something digitally in 2 hours, upload it to my Etsy store and make $100 in like by the end of the day. Where like, like somebody's dad would have had to go out and work out in the field all day doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a different world, and money isn't money like it used to be. Like we're not transacting with salt and seashells. We're not schlepping around pounds of gold. We're not trading crystals. We're like, we're throwing out like digital fractionalized things.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, it's fun. And you know what? If you go on a crypto and it's not fun, do something to make it fun. Like stream, meet people, do tours.
No.
Have
fun.
Come to the lighthouse.
Make it fun. Meet new friends. Don't be that person that sits on the couch and waiting for the opportunity to knock on your door, because chances are it's not going to knock. You got to go out and make your own fun and make your own life, and hopefully earn some good money while you're doing it.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah. If you follow something that you're passionate about, and you can sink your teeth into it, follow that passion. It'll lead you many open doors. That sounded so vague.
No, that's so true, Lindsay. But it's like that. It's on that trajectory that you were saying before about being positive. If you make it a daily thing to be positive, then every day it just comes natural, and you start rolling. Things start to happen to you, good things. And with that, everything falls into place. You become aligned with the universe, and money prospers. I've seen it happen. I've heard stories of it coming in to people's lives just by doing that. And yeah, I mean, before I got into crypto, I was very big on connecting with the universe and watching the works of Abraham and Esther Hicks and all this motivational stuff. And then bang, I found crypto. It was like, just meant to be. So you got to put it out there to the universe. Be positive. You want to make money. You want to be in abundance of money. You don't want to ever have to have money problems ever again. And that's where we all want to be. How that happens, we don't know. We just got to put it out there.
That's right. What you put out there will come back to you. You have the ability to manifest anything. I will say that again for the cheap seats in the back. You have the power to manifest anything. So whatever you're putting out there, if you're saying that you don't want this, all the universe is here, whoever's around you, all they're hearing is that you don't. Mm-hmm. If you say, and if you're in the position where you don't have that, right? Instead of that, I don't have it. You say, up until now, that resource wasn't available to me, but now I know I can find it anywhere. Just for example, whatever. I used to not know how to upload videos on YouTube, but now I work every day learning something new. Even if you have to feel it too. You really have to like dive. You really have to sit with that one and feel it. And the more you can feel it, even if it seems like it's unreachable, it will come to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can do it in a few ways. You can meditate about it. You can pray about it. Even just positive thinking. Look at Sandy. She's writing a fake abundance check every month. But Sandy, I think that's amazing, and I think it's playful and fun. And one day you're going to turn around and go, "Wow, that's amazing. This is what I was doing, and this has come into light." I mean, really, the power of good is going to be behind you, driving you, and you'll see things play out. I've seen it in my own life.
If you practice, you're going to learn to keep the positive and ignore the negative. But it needs to have practice. Like everything is a muscle that you need to work, and you need to get used to it. So smile. That's what I keep bugging everyone. Smile. It makes you happy. It makes you feel good. Watch all the funny videos on Instagram. It's okay. Give yourself time for that. I think it's important.
Yeah, absolutely. And, being with your network, your support network, or your family and your friends, having them in your life, getting their energy and knowing, that you are loved is also very important. And
Mhm.
even at these meetups, you're going and you're meeting people. It's not just an online thing where you're in this room and it's only you. You're going out and you're meeting people, looking at people's faces and interacting with society.
It's very important. The meetups are super important. I am envy of you guys that are going to meet up in Australia. SJ, she meets a lot of incredible people. Not only that, like she says, she had access to this wonderful, brilliant minds that we have within the community, and that's priceless. So
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, fun.
Absolutely. It's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to the Aussie meetup. It's our first meetup, like all together. I think the Friday night we have around about 50. The Saturday we have about 40, and we've got 15 for the breakfast. It's early. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting out of my state because I live in Melbourne, so I'll be flying up to Sydney, which is it's less than an hour to fly there. But I love Sydney. It's a beautiful place. It's got beautiful weather, and the people are really awesome too. So it'd be good to meet up with all the Hexicans up there and hang out with them. There's a few people I've streamed with for a while now that I haven't met in real life. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. But I look forward to much more to come. Seeing all you guys again and
Yeah,
hanging out.
I'm going tonight right now. I'm gonna write down and manifest. I'm gonna manifest to find a great good partner, and behind behind every great woman it's an even better man. So I wish you all of that, whatever you want to wish for. Hopefully my manifest will turn into richer heart, but who knows? Fingers crossed.
It is a
Richard, I always send you a message if you're watching. Go ahead, Lindsay.
no.
Why? SJ is like, yeah, sure. Uh-huh.
You shall receive.
Ah,
Georgia, you go.
well, you know what? I'm not asking for much, just a phone call. I'm not asking for the prime rib or that big steak that you bought the models for the highest of stakes. I can't believe I didn't ask RG3 what's going on with the highest of stakes. I've heard through the grapevines that they're negotiating streaming services. I don't know if that's true or not. Her say, who knows? So that's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but I wish RG3 will let us know what's going on.
Yeah, we're not hearing of it over here anytime soon. Not that we know of, but that's all right. I mean, I'm happy to wait. Good things come to those who wait. So
Exactly.
No. I hate that saying. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
No, we have to hold on one second. I'm doing my manifest right now, guys. Right now, let's not waste time. Okay, Sammy, what do you want? Tell me, Sammy, what do you want? I'm gonna manifest.
Big burger, fries, and a Coke.
Got it. SJ, what do you want? What do you want me to manifest, SJ?
Hexaco.
Hexaco.
Yeah.
Lindsay?
I want to move to Hexaco.
Oh, what I would like to manifest is for those oh boy, that's a big ask. I was gonna say for the no coiners out there to really wake up before it's too late.
Perfect. And you out there, think about what you would like to manifest. Come tomorrow to the Lighthouse, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Twitter Spaces. I always have to. I'm going to put this list and I'm going to put it somewhere. I don't know. Where should I put it? Where should I put it?
Pillow. Yeah. I mean, tonight's a good
In
night.
my pillow, I'm going to do like this.
Super full moon in Aries. Yes. Then Aries is go get it energy, right? So we are all with this, make no mistake, these conversations don't happen by accident or coincidence, right? Everything is a synchronicity. So
yes,
put that under. You can put that right there. I know it's nice and safe.
Well, just I want to. It's for the show, guys. That's all. It's for the show.
That's right. That make it Miriam. That is such an important point. Love it. Love
Yes.
it. Love it. Highlight that. Yep. You have
Yes.
to write them down as if they're already happening. And that's even if they're not happening, you have to write them down as if they already happened. That's right. I bring no coiners in every day. Even if I don't meet another stranger, like face-to-face contact, every day I will make contact with a no coiner. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but that's not my job to worry about how. I just have to speak it into existence and it'll happen.
Yeah, they're coming. They're coming. If you build it, they will come. Is that the phrase? If you build it, they will come.
Yep.
We're gonna have to build Hexico. I'm gonna steal that from you, SJ. Not steal. I'm gonna join you on that manifestation. I live in Hexico.
Yes.
I'm already in Hexico.
Yeah.
You're too. You don't know it. You don't think about it. We're already in Hexico.
Somewhere in
So,
Mexico.
yes.
That's what it is. Like,
So the weekend's coming up, ladies. We are going to finish up shortly. What's the plans for everyone's weekend? Anything exciting, fun?
Getting back to Texas. I just got into Texas, but I'm going to Austin, which I haven't been there for a minute, and I lived there for the last 15 years, so I'm excited to just kind of like get back and reconnect with people. I'm gonna hang out there for like a month because I'm gonna fly in and out of Miami, and then we have Dallas and Austin, so I'm gonna just be like chilling for a month, which always makes me happy. Like, and then after that, driving to California. But yeah, I'm looking
Yeah,
forward.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
I can't
we're gonna
wait.
hang out here. Cheesecake Factory again. Let's go.
No, you're coming here. You have to come here. I have to cook for
Really?
you. We have to
Yeah.
do, the streaming here for the house.
Yes.
I can't wait. I want to welcome you into my house, my humble home, because you deserve a homemade meal.
aw.
That sounds
That'll be
amazing. Yes, please.
Who else has got something cool planned for the weekend?
Oh, like air chicken, you go, Georgia.
You already know I'm going to be at the lighthouse this Saturday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come join us, please. It's a fun place to be at, and we need to grow. We need to make sure, if you want something positive for the community, show up, make the light be brighter, so more people will come. Someone who's out there. I do the lighthouse for those people who are probably driving and they're tired, those people dragging the last hour of work, and it's just a place to hang out with the friends. I do the lighthouse because you can drink coffee, you can drink tea, you can drink a beer, whatever you want to drink. So that way we don't have to be at a bar over 21. So the lighthouse is the place to be. Don't forget that.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Lindsay, what are you doing?
You can catch us nightly, streaming nightly. The Pulsechain playground is open, and we are taking opportunities, finding hidden gems everywhere. So you can follow us at Vibra Finance here on YouTube or on Twitter. That's always a fun time. And for me this weekend, the kids and I'm definitely dragging the CEO out too. We did plum picking today, but tomorrow we're going to be picking apples. I'll be processing apples for apple cider and all that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So tune in and follow me at somewhere in Hexco on the links up there in the chat somewhere. But follow me if you want to learn how to make some things at home. I'll just be putting videos together. See how it goes.
Awesome. Well, for me, it's already Saturday midday. It's a big grand final, footy grand final today. So just go. I mean, not that I even really care much for football, but going just to spend some time with some friends. And yeah, that's about it. Nothing too major, but it's always lovely to see you, ladies, and thank you so much for joining us. And thank you to chat for joining us. Always good to see everyone. Hang in there in that bear market, and we will see you next month. And if you ever want to join, hit me up because you're all welcome. If
Yes.
no sausages allowed. Sorry, guys.
RG3 doesn't
Awesome.
count. RG3 doesn't count.
Oh,
I was going to say something else, but then I said,
Anyone
This is
else
for
want
one mofo.
any final comments, ladies?
Have a good evening, y'all.
Yeah, don't forget to nominate somebody for the giveaway, for the ladies giveaway. 5,555 Pulse, 5,555. Well, I probably threw a couple extra fives in there. I'm getting tired. It's been a couple hours out here, but you guys need to just make sure that you enter that contest so they can get some some cryptos in the hands of some ladies. Give them some pampering. They deserve it. Look at SJ out there. Look at it. Seriously, she's crushing it. Pamper her.
Don't drink and drive. Adopt a pet if you're trying to do this weekend. But important, don't drink and drive, guys. Take care of your life and the life of others.
Oh, yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
And if you ladies want to hang around for a quick chat before we finish up, I'll see you there. All right, everyone, take care. Thanks for joining us.
Five, four,